Jonny Shipes is an American producer and entrepreneur from New York City who's responsible for aiding the careers of a number of your favorite artists. From Smoke DZA to Nipsey Hussle, Shipes has been instrumental in the development of a number of artists' careers via his label, Cinematic Music Group. Just last year, he actually sold the imprint and its catalog to Interscope for a reported 8-figure deal. In tandem with the sale, Shipes has already moved on to his next venture, announcing the launch of his new full-service entertainment company titled Good Talk. Shipes has been a staple in hip-hop for quite some time now, but yet he still manages to maintain a pretty low profile. So how exactly did a kid from NYC go from college dropout to becoming a success in the music industry? Jonny Shipes was born Jonathan Shapiro in New York City. He was introduced to hip-hop at an early age and immediately fell in love with the genre. He grew up listening to a diverse collection of music, including rappers like the Beastie Boys, Nas, Jay-Z, to rock bands like Guns N' Roses and Portishead. He initially grew up in the city, then bounced around a bit, first attending a military school upstate before finally settling in East Hampton with his mother. Very early on, Shipes knew he wanted to get involved in the music industry. He started off by promoting parties, DJing, and making beats, basically doing anything he could to get his hands wet and get the ball rolling. Early on, he developed a relationship with Jamil Spencer, who was the head of marketing for Bad Boy at the time. They would play basketball on the weekends, and one day, Spencer needed help finding a place to hold a retreat in East Hampton. Shipes was able to find a horse farm last minute where they could host the event and basically save the day. After that, Spencer would go on to hire him as his first employee to Diddy's marketing company called Blue Flame when he was just 19 years old. He stated that it wasn't something he really wanted to do, but figured it was a good opportunity and a way for him to get his foot in the door. During the day, he would work the marketing gig, and at night sneak down to the studio to try and learn more about producing and engineering. From there, he would eventually become an A&R intern and also assist in artist management. One of the first major artists he discovered was Sean Kingston around 2007. Kingston went on to have a monster debut album, and this is when he really made a name for himself in the business. His eye for talent occurred even prior to that, as he technically found and signed Smoke DZA back in 2002. After the success of Kingston, Sony gave Shipes a label, and in 2007, Cinematic Music Group was founded. The following year in 2008, Shipes was looking for talent on the West Coast, and through the recommendation of DJ Felly Fell, whom he was managing at the time, Shipes first heard of Nipsey Hussle. Shipes would go on to look him up on MySpace, heard a couple of tracks, and immediately wanted to meet him. They met the next day, and after negotiations, Hussle gave him a shot and signed to Cinematic and Epic Records.
Jonny Shipes on the check-in, Cinematic episode 4. Some vintage footage of Nipsey Hussle signing his deal. This is probably the most important day of my life in the music industry, aside from me getting my label deal. Good talk, you pricks.
A classic West Coast album. The best West Coast album to come out since The Chronic 2001.
Nip Hussle, what up, baby?
Fresh off the plane, though, for the smoke some Kush.
Nip, how do you do it right when you get off the plane, homie?
Spark up the motherfucking Kush.
That LA Kush?
Like that there, my nigga. No.
That Cali finest, baby.
We're gonna be sick that they let you go.
Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? I stay lost, though, fuck it. You feel me?
All them labels, that was bullshit, just having us come to people's house and shit, sitting down. Fucked up. I won't say no names, but you know who you are. Fuck you.
Nip Hussle in the Epic building, about to go sign his deal.
Nah, man. Sounds right.
Robin Hood, the hoodster, only right that he's with us as the deal goes down. Yeah, dig.
They put out the first 3 volumes of Bullets Ain't Got No Name, but eventually Nipsey did part ways with the label, saying in an interview with Hip Hop DX, "Honestly, I was always independent before I signed to Epic. The way that Epic heard about me was through our movement as All Money In. What we was doing in LA as far as mixtapes, as far as the touring we was doing just in our region. So when we got with Epic, it was kind of like we started working together. But just to keep it completely 100, I'm in the process of negotiating my release right now. And we're just gonna go back to doing what we've been doing as far as an independent company and serving our region. But it wasn't really no big fallout with the label or nothing like that. It's just Epic went through internal changes. They fired the president, Amanda Ghost, after actually becoming a subsidiary of Columbia. Half of their staff is gonna be laid off or fired. And the original staff that brought me in the building building that shared the original vision of really what Nipsey Hussle was, they're all gone. So being fair, it ain't really nobody in particular that we can point the blame on. It's just kind of was like a dissolving of the core team that started on the project. So it serves both interests for us to just go back to what we was doing originally. I'm gonna walk away with all my masters. I'm gonna walk away unobligated with my brand built, and it's all love and respect for everybody at Epic. We took a chance together. It was a lot of money spent, a lot of success together, and it's no hard feelings. After the Nipsey deal fell through, Shipes still wasn't in the position to go fully independent with his label. But then in 2010, Shipes found Big Crit on MySpace. He initially reached out because he liked Crit's beats and wanted to get some for Nipsey to rap on.
MySpace was a place where so many people hitting you up. And Jonny Shipes, the Cinematic Music Group, they reached out to me even about RP the homie Nip. Like, yo, this got this artist Nipsey, like, I need some beats for you for him. And mentioned, like, I work with Sean Kingston. And me, I'm like, I don't know if you really do. Like, I'm like, this is the internet where people are taking baked shoes and clothes and cars and like copying and pasting them in their own little bios and stuff. And it could be anybody. But it took literally like 4 years for me to really believe it. Like, he was actually hitting me from a genuine place. And I remember sitting down and watching Nipsey perform on the BET Hip Hop Awards one year. And I was like, oh, snap. He's really about what he's talking about. It was crazy.
It was after the Crit signing when he was able to go fully independent. In 2012, Shipes would again prove his ability to spot talent when he came across a 15-year-old Joey Badass freestyling on the website Worldstar Hip Hop. After seeing the video, he immediately DM'd him and has been his manager ever since. Shipes continued his success by signing Flip De Niro in 2016. Other artists on the roster include Mick Jenkins, Young and Ace, and Jada Youngin, to name a few. He also manages talent outside of music, such as comedian Drewski. He first connected with him when he maybe had 10 to 20,000 followers on IG, then eventually managed him as he approached 1 million. Shipes and Drewski co-founded a film and TV production company, For Lifers Entertainment. In 2009, Shipes, Smoke Dizza, and Shice Bubs founded the Smokers Club, a cannabis lifestyle company. The first Smokers Club show took place in Austin, Texas at South by Southwest. The following year, he decided to fully finance the Smokers Club tour. Other ventures include Felt, where he was a partner in the New York-centric streetwear line. He's made appearances on the Vice series Munchies. In 2023, Shipes sold the Cinematic Music Group catalog to Interscope. His new venture, Good Talk, is essentially the same business model, just under a different name. So it's clear that over the years, Shipes has proven again and again to have a great ear for music. Running a music label is one of the most difficult businesses to get into, considering how lucky you have to be to blow an artist and how much money you really need to invest up front. Luckily for Shipes, he has sustained a great batting average over the course of 15 plus years in the business, and going forward, we can only expect to see him continue to make an impact.